Alright, and we're back in it. It's part 2 of Spyro, Year of the Dragon, Reignited. Yeah, let's do Cloud Spires. Cloud Spires is a level I really didn't like as a kid, and then as I became an adult, I realized I was actually quite fond of. So, let's do it. Oh, the music is so good. This is, I took the music in this level for granted for so long. I'm glad I finally am old enough to acknowledge it. One of the best themes in the game. Not super a fan of, the redesign of the Cloud people, but, I mean, it's somewhat accurate, I guess, for a weird design to begin with. Gotta activate the belfries. Like, their head's fine, I guess. It's their body that's, like, weird. I don't know. I think some of the, I think that might be the crux of this. I think some of the designs didn't need to be so anthropomorphic. I think leaving them blocky would have been okay. But I think that's where a lot of my, like, weird criticism of character design comes from. And it's a general thing. It's not just, like, based on each individual design, so... That stupid fucking 5 gem right there has definitely been the last gem I gathered before. I think it might have been the last gem I gathered when I played this on the channel. For this area. Alright. I do like this is the first area that introduces enemies that can't be lit on fire. Like for small enemies, they introduce the metal mechanic. Where they're safe from fire, they're wearing metal. I'm like, that doesn't... It would heat up. There's a whole D&D spell about this. Heat metal. But whatever. Yeah, I thought that might happen. Alright, sir. Relax. Alright. I don't remember how to get up there. I think I need the thing to be activated. I can tell you what the name of this egg is going to be already. It's either Mindy or Stephanie. And I don't remember which one it is. Yeah. The only reason I know that it was it's the name of my older brother's girlfriend at the time. I was like, I don't know. Just as a kid, you just internalize weird shit like that. Oh, all right. We got most of the stuff in this area good. We're gonna get to our first paywall in the game. God, you know it would have been so great, but also really bad. If for every gem wall there was in the game, they like put a microtransaction in. Like you could still pay gems, but like they also put in the option for a microtransaction just to see if anyone would do it. That would be so delicious. Because, you know, people would freak out about it, obviously. But then nobody ever freaks out about the consumer. I'm like, if the game literally didn't just change, they just gave a lazy option where it's like pay $1 to open this gate, then you kind of got to blame the gamer at that point. Like, maybe they should play the game. I don't know. I have weird feelings on microtransactions now that I work at a game studio. Because they employ me. But also because, obviously not a huge fan. Like in games and stuff, but I do think that there's some harmless applications of them, and I think cosmetics for sure are a good way to do that. And I also think skips are good. I think there's the best example of that I can think of is there was you could buy, so if you pre-ordered Mass Effect 2, you got access to the Dark Horse interactive comic, which basically allows you to pick your choices. From Mass Effect 1 to carry over into Mass Effect 2. That way you didn't have to play the entirety of Mass Effect 1 just to get the perfect, like, kind of setup. And if you pre-order the game, you got the Dark Horse comic. I think after that, I think they sold it for, I don't remember how much. It might have been 15, which 15 is a little steep for that. But the opportunity to fix your save so that you don't have to do an entire playthrough of a game again is kind of great, to be honest. Like, I like Mass Effect 2 a lot, and I like Mass Effect 3 to an extent. The extent is the ending. But I don't like Mass Effect 1.
Maybe I can get the cloud generator working again.
Maybe if I played it again on like PS5 or PS4, I'd enjoy it with like trophies instead of achievements. But I don't know. It felt like it definitely, we needed Mass Effect 1 so that Mass Effect 2 could, like, Mass Effect 2 1 blah blah blah. Hold on. Mass Effect 1 crawled so that Mass Effect 2 and 3 could run is definitely a true statement, but I'm also like, that doesn't mean I have to like Mass Effect 1. I think the story isn't as strong, and I think the gameplay is worse. Which is a hot take for sure. Alright, so we got 2 mini games here. And then we have that other area back there that I don't remember how to get back to. Oh, well, fuck. Okay, where does this bring me to? That's the area I need to get up to, and I always forget how every single time I play this game. Every single time I play it, I'm like, I think it's over here. So the we have to do the chase mini game. We have to do our first bandit. We have to, we have to do our first bandit. We have to do the sun seed mini game. We have to do the bellows, or the wind, the chime one, where you have to fly through all the bells. I don't remember the other mini game we have to do. What's really interesting about this area is that it's only gems, if I remember correctly. I don't think there's any egg at the end here. That's also actually pretty cool. I don't know if you could do that in the original. I think you could, but not as clean. The fact that you can charge and then immediately turn back after you end your charge, that's pretty good. I've definitely charged off ledges by accident before, so appreciate it. Okay. Is there? I also think this jump was harder than the original, which, again, I'm not really that bummed about jump being slightly easier. Okay, so there was an egg at the end here. That makes sense. Claire. Hi. Thanks, Claire. Alright. Let's get to him, I guess. Oh, it's a fake cloud. Oh my god. The deception. I actually don't remember which is which. I think this one is the flying one. But I'm not 100% sure. Should be able to nip it in the bud pretty quickly. Hello, sir. Have you heard the good word about me stomping your ass? It's quite a riveting tale, I must inform you. So the key with these things, and they're different for each one. Don't... Oh boy, that hurt me a little bit. The key with them is you need to cut corners. Like, they're going to take the same set path, so you need to follow a similar path, but just, like, slightly better. And then, oh boy. Hold on, let's just keep our speed. The other part is remembering that you have flame breath. So you have to break your momentum to use it, but it's totally worth it, especially if you know there's a cutoff coming. Alright, that hurt me on a deep level. You gonna come out this side? Yeah. Ah, that's the other part, too. You actually don't want to cut them off like that, because it'll only fuck you over. Even though it worked for me just now. Got a raid invitation. Let's do it. Just getting them out of remote raid passes, and I don't have enough coins for them. RIP. Very sad. Okay. Let's see. So I want to try and get all the gems first, which is going to be a mostly fruitless effort. because they're all in weird spots. I'm gonna have to use sparks for sure here. Like, finding them normally isn't that hard, but it's definitely, oh, I forgot how fast you fly. Alright, this might be worth it, actually. Are we good? Here we go. I think the bells in this version sound a little bit better. They're more like, more pronounced than in the original, where it's just like several clangs. The anthropomorphic cloud is definitely creepier.
Do you want this doodad? It fell out of the belfry.
Oh man, yeah. I definitely missed this cloud when its eyes were normal. Ugh. Yikes. Big yikes. Alright, how do I... Well, I was about to try and make that jump, and I was like, wait, there has to be a better way. Alright. Any more in here, Sparks? No. Good. There you go. Turns out I nailed it. That's quick. Oh wow, that loading screen was instantaneous. Props to the game. They made that super quick. That's one of the things I like wouldn't have noticed if I wasn't paying attention to it. I'll give the game credit there for sure. The game runs a lot better. It's obviously on a completely different engine 3 console generations later, so I would hope it runs better. And obviously the graphics are good. The character design is a little off in some places, but like the character design itself is obviously pretty good. I'm not sorry. The character design is questionable, but the graphics themselves are obviously top notch. God. So that thing used to, if you remember the sound it used to make, it would be like ha ha ha, and now they just scream. It just goes ah. I'm like, alright, I guess. These things look pretty cool. I think these look like how I expected them to look in upgraded graphics. As always, oh boy. As always, do the task first, then start looking for the gems. It's the proper way to do these. I mean, if you see them on the way back, you can grab them, of course. Alright. So the interesting thing about this is that because there's no, like, abilities for Spyro, a lot of these are just, like, your platforming abilities. So if you played the game before, you're probably going to do pretty well. Hey! These things look like that, that mascot from, what's it, Orange Sunshine or something? It's a fake commercial.
Here, you can have this last sun seed as a souvenir. Think it might be a dud, though.
Come on, that's not even close to the same way they delivered that line. Like, I think it might be a dud, though. It was, like, really, like, matter of fact. It's Lulu. Not nearly enough belts. You guys remember that time that someone criticized Tetsuya Nomura's character design and said his characters have too many belts, and then he made someone wear a dress completely made out of belts because he's a petty motherfucker? I aspire to have that same energy throughout my lifetime. I'm just like, oh yeah, you sure? Okay, well, let's see what we can do about this. And completely just like doing something despite them. That's pretty funny in my book. I gotta remember to write these down. Not the pretty funny in my book. I'm not writing a book of catchphrases. So I started using my whiteboard again to try and keep track of the videos I create, make sure I'm creating a good amount each month. I think I've been pretty good about it lately. I will say it's been much easier when you just keep using the same when you keep doing the same when you keep using the same games. It makes that a little bit easier. Alright, where are you pointing? Ow, it's always a fucking purple gem. So embarrassed with myself. Sorry you had to see that, chat. Alright, Cloud Spire is done in 15 minutes. That's about on track. I think I'm gonna run straight through the tiki level. Because you can't actually finish it until you get Sergeant Bird, so I'm like, why even bother? I'd rather... The reason is that it's going to bother me if I do it now. I don't want my gems to be, like, odd numbers. I'm going to try and avoid all gems if I can. I won't be able to, but I'm going to try. That's a zone challenge. Let's see if I can do that. Let me grab some sheep on the way. Also, should point out, I haven't died yet. It's, this is a death-free run. I do like that you can eat multiples in this. I don't like their redesign.
My portal is working again. Come visit me at the Tiki Lodge.
Their voices are fine. At least they nailed the accent a little bit. I don't think they're as posh as they should be, but God, I liked it better when they had no eyes. Like it's weird that they added eyes to these character designs. I feel like Toys for Bob was like so fucking pumped about doing this remake and like being able to use their own style and stuff that they like forced the style on some characters that didn't need it. That's the unfortunate point. Oh, this music fucking slaps. Okay. Alright, he fell in lava. Oh, I already caught gems because Alright, well. Now I'm just gonna play the level. Forgot that if you kill enemies, you get gems. God damn it, I should just left Sparks dead. Woo! Woo! Is this supposed to be Indiana Jones or Brendan Fraser? I actually haven't seen The Mummy. I don't know if I can make that reference. Alright. The slugs are a little weird that their eyes are so big now, but I mean, it's fine. Ores look good. Actually, I think most of the character designs in this, or most of the enemy designs, look pretty good. There's only a few I have an issue with. They mostly just got added details. Like, this one just looks hella fresh now. Where previously it looked like a weird, like, shirt he was wearing. Now it's like a fully fledged, like, kind of adventure design. Like, now you can tell he's, like, based on Indiana Jones. You couldn't really tell that in the original game. It always looked like he had a friar's cut. I could never tell it was a hat. Ugh, I wish they didn't add voice acting to that. Ugh, it's just weird. Yeah. Ew, why does R3 open up the menu? I don't like that. Alright, you're gonna tell me about this fucking slugs. I don't want to know. I've already done several levels. I know how this works. Oh, hey, where'd you go? Imagine having a shield and being like, I got this, and then just being plowed over. You know what that is? That's the Dark Souls experience. It's like, I've got this shield. Nothing can hurt me. Wrong. Alright, sir. See, you're up to your old tricks, doing the same shit you did in the console version, or the original version. Rat bastard. Alright. Woo! I feel like this would be a good version of that meme. Of, like, nobody. And then it quotes and shows, just nothing. And then, Spyro, you're the dragon in the Tiki level. Woo! I do like that they have the locked chests as, like, clearly a remnant of Spyro 2. And Spyro 1. They did it a lot more in those levels, but they don't really use it as much in this one. There's, like, maybe a couple levels. And they're always in, like, really obvious spots. Oh boy, that was a fucking clutch one. Yeah, this level's not that long. I also like that all the minigames are, like, at the end. So you can basically just run straight to the end of the level, and it's like, there you go. Oh boy. You do not like to see it. Okay, that was brutal. That wasn't good. Gotta be very careful now. Spyro's face when he fell into lava is how I feel about this. I was gonna respawn the enemies. Bullshit, my first death. Fuck. dude. But, like, I have to kill them, too, because I don't know which ones I already got. I mean, I have an idea, but... Damn it. Fucking Rhinox fucked me. Alright. I think it looks good over here. Yeah, I think luckily I got everything. I just couldn't make it back on that little hill. I think it wants you to go the other way, which is why I couldn't make that jump. That is depressing, though.
Take this egg. They were giving them away at the Tiki Lodge last night.
That's more Cockney. Why do they have eyes? Just leave them, like, looking like skulls, like tikis. It's weird. They don't look anything like tikis anymore. That one might be the most infuriating design to me. I'm not gonna lie. But... I feel like they nail all the animal redesigns. And, like, most of the world inhabitant villagers, most of the world inhabitant ones aren't that good. But, like, they're not, like, oppressive. But, that Tiki one, I don't fuck with that at all. Hashtag not my Tiki. What was that, 10 gems? Why did you... Who locks 10 gems in a chest? You already have 10 gem, like, yellow things just flying around. Alright, whatever. Alright, so that's good. Seems like I got all the ones in the overworld. I could do Moneybags thing right now, so I will. Because there's nothing holding me back from that, but... I guess this isn't too bad. I guess it'll make it easier when I come back for Sergeant Bird. This one's gonna take me a bit, though. I'm, like, okay at getting thieves. I'm not really great at it. This also has one of the eggs that, like, I have no idea how you would know to get this. Yeah, I can't get it just yet, because they haven't turned on the pad. Launch pad. So, same deal as before. Just gotta sort of hit them around the corners. The ones in these, there's 2 Raceway Bandits, I think. There's this one, and then there's the one in the Icy Peaks. Or Freezy Peaks, I don't know what it's called. Freezy Peaks might be a Banjo-Kazooie level. But they're actually in, like, I don't think they're in the later levels, or if they are, I don't remember them as well. There's the one in the Panda Palace, too. I don't think it's called the Panda Palace. That's also annoying. I am not gaining on him. I'm not taking these corners well enough. Check those corners. I mean, I'm gaining, but it's real slow. I don't like having patience. This one also gets me too. So I don't know if I'm supposed to jump there or not. I feel like jumping slows me down. Alright, alright. Don't fuck this up, Nick. Don't fuck it up. Come on. Be brave. B's for Bruce. B's for brave. Yeah, I think I'm definitely getting traction. I, like, want to be safe and just, like, bash into him, but I also am getting impatient and want to light him on fire. Oh, I picked the worst possible time for that. No! Should not do it when he's jumping. He jumps, like, up first. That was a rookie mistake. This seems like the best spot to get him. Yeah. Moira. Alright, Moira. Clearly has some issues. Alright, so this is one I don't know how you would ever figure this out. But, oh, you know what? That's wrong. Oh, wait, there is no egg there. I lied. There is a door, though, which is something. And also, there's several of these kind of chests that you have to, like, sprint open to break, or sprint through to break. This is the same as before, but now you have to do it at super speed. You can tell that he's having an easier time than me because he's literally stopping to wait for me at points. Nah. The only saving grace is that the proximity for their taunts isn't as close. Oh boy, I didn't know that would happen. It's Kermit.
Hi-yo, Kermit the Frog here. Looking, I just hatched out of a dragon egg.
I'm looking forward to helping you in your adventures, Spyro. Yay! What was I gonna say? That was really lucky. I thought that would go on for longer. Definitely saved the frames there. Speaking of saving the frames, I need good recommendations for speedruns. And I swear to Christ, if you're just like, well, this is my favorite game, therefore you should watch a speedrun of my favorite game, I'm going to be upset at you. Because I feel like you should know better. More specifically, entertaining runs, like where the runner and or his couch, or her couch, is like actually entertaining enough to hold it, so it like works as a good video. But also, they're doing some impressive shit in the background, too. That is the ideal speedrun for me. Typically, I prefer the 100% ones, where it's like, yeah, they'll speedrun it, but they're still going to get every collectible in the game, which is, like, much crazier to me, which is why I like that shit. Like, any percent, like, that's, you know, any percent's fine, I guess. It's just not as cool, in my opinion. Oh yeah, barely touched this side. Alright, well, that's all of them here. That's good. Oh, is it? I thought I pointed this side for a second. Okay, cool. So we now have an uneven number, which sucks, but at least this level is mostly done, so when we get Sergeant Bird, we can clear right through it. I would have skipped the level altogether, but you do need to beat it at least once to get the Tiki Man to help pull down the balloon. I feel like Seashell Shore is going to take me a little bit longer, because there's several mini-games in this part. There's the Sheila mini-game, there's the water tunnel mini-game, there's the what do you call it, the boating mini-game. It's just, there's a lot in that level. Alright, let's not dawdle. Leave me alone. No.
Okay.
You already asked me that. It was 14. I definitely have 14.
Yay! My portal is working. I'll see you at the beach.
I kind of preferred it when they just, like, were already open. I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering, but I could have sworn that, like, they didn't have, like, a quick check-in cutscene before that. You just, like, literally just jump straight into it. Could be misremembering, though, of course. I forgot you can control Spyro. I mean, that's something, I guess. It's no gems flying everywhere, but it's something. Let's see. Aw, this music fucking slaps, too. This is one of the best video game soundtracks of all time. Don't at me.
While I was gone, my friends borrowed the Rhinox submarine. Then they took it for a joyride. And then they smashed it into a big pile of rocks. Oddly enough, the Rhinox failed to see the humor in their actions and stuffed my friends in the jail cell behind you.
You know, I'll give them credit for this one. The seals design looks pretty good. I get, because they're more animal-based, I guess. But also, they nailed the voices in the seals. They sound like fucking nerds, which is what they sounded like in the original. I can fuck with that. The octopus look great. I actually want to commend them on those. Again, they nail most of the animal designs. It's the humanoid ones that they fuck up. Or, like, the weird ones. And all the Rhinox look great, too. I feel like this level's a little harder now. Because the graphics are so good, some of the stuff like the seashells just, like, blend in. Yep. Those continue to be a really annoying enemy. You'd think I'd be better at that after years and years. I know you have to aim up and hit them from up top or below. And I just can't internalize it for whatever reason. Alright. I didn't need to kill that duck, but you know what? Wasn't a fan of the cut of his jib. He needs to cut his jib better.
If you want to...
It's weird how they break up that tutorial stuff. I feel like that would work in like one level. Instead they break it up like that. Alright. God, this game is so pretty, though. This level is, like, really shining how pretty this game is. Like, this was an okay level before. Like, I had no complaints against the design. But it just, like, it looks so fucking clean. Let me quickly get rid of all these, weirdos throwing barrels. These Donkey Kong wannabes. Alright, cool. We gotta go back underwater. If I ever play oh, you know what? This actually bothers me a little bit. It's really hard to see underwater here. I don't know if this is on purpose or not. I guess once you're underwater, it's fine, though. Ah, fuck. Thought there was an enemy here. That bothers me slightly. I do think that the water being opaque, yeah, opaque was right, helped in the original. I know a lot of good big words, and I use them sometimes. Sometimes I'll say the words like opaque, or I'll talk about something's viscosity, and then other times I'll just keep going with like, that's dope, that's rad, and it seems interchangeable. I have a mild identity crisis where it's like I have a vast lexicon and choose to not use it sometimes. I think if I ever play this game again, and there's a good chance I will, because again, it's Year of the Dragon is still one of my favorite games of all time, and this version is just so much easier to record, and you know, doesn't look like ass. Like, I like the character designs of the original, but boy are they blocky. If I ever play this again, I definitely want to play it with the dynamic soundtrack on again. I made it a point when I streamed the original games to keep the dynamic soundtrack on, and the new soundtrack. Basically, it's the same thing. It's the same dude too. Like, he even came back and redid it. It's just more of like, I want to take off my nostalgia goggles and see if it's better. Because I mean, I like modern music. I like remixes. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. The only difference is that I feel like it just, from what I could gather when I did the original time, I don't think it was done as well. That was like my early opinion of it. I would love to be proven wrong. Oh my god, what is happening here? But that was my like first reaction. I feel like before I go get, I almost said Sandy, Sheila. I should make sure I clear this area, just so that I can move right on. Moving right along. I should watch the Muppet movies. I'm a big fan of the Muppets, if you couldn't tell my constant Kermit impressions, but I've only seen, really, from like Muppet Treasure Island and Muppet Christmas Carol onwards are like my era of Muppets. So like the original, like Muppets Take Manhattan, The Great Muppet Caper, the original Muppet movie. I like don't really know them that well. I like barely ever watch them. I watch them maybe once each. Whereas I've watched the other ones like 15 times each, so it's weird. I have a weird gap. Speaking of Muppets, if you guys haven't watched Muppet, if you're a Muppet fan, Muppets Now on Disney Plus is actually pretty fucking good. It's I almost jumped in the water and then I remembered Sandy can't swim. I said Sandy again. It's Sheila. What's wrong with me? But yeah, Muppets Now is really good. Ow. It's is there a health anywhere here? It's a good modern version of the Muppets, and it's also like, seems like it's produced completely in quarantine, which is hella impressive.
We just need you to take out all the turrets for us. We're lighting the bomb now, so just make sure to stomp all those turrets before the fuse runs out, okay?
I like the TNT just comically hanging out. Also, I don't know why you guys had to light it now. I feel like this could have been more effective for all of us if you had waited until I did this, then lit it. But you made this difficult. There is a faster way to do this that I'm not really doing, just to break them on the sides. You can get much more efficient timing when you do it that way. I also don't know if you can do it this one. You used to be able to, like, hit the Rhinox into other boxes, which would save you time. I don't think you can still do that, though. There's also, like, a weird issues where, like, Sheila keeps standing, even though I've already, like, knocked out the platform. Oh, there you go. You can still do it. But, like, not as well. They used to go flying. Oh, bastard. I think this is it. Good timing. That minigame gave me trouble sometimes as a kid, but usually I don't. Once I remember you can break 2 rows of boxes, it's much easier.
It's a good thing I kept this egg nice and safe in my pocket.
You don't have pockets. I think that cutscene worked better in the original because it was a little slower. Basically showed 3 seals running in and then 2 seals running out, and then the building explodes. But it went by so quickly, I don't think you can really, like, take in that you just got a shit pushed in. Also felt like there were still okay, I was gonna say I felt like there were still gems in the ground, but they disappeared after I did that. Also don't remember. I think there's a hidden cave here. There is. It's up here, I think. Yeah. Sneaky, sneaky. And an egg, too? Oh, man. Remember that time the guy from Subway diddled kids? How fucked up is that? The man was on our Subway commercials. He was out here fucking touching kids. Gross. Yeah, the world's a fucked up place. This world. I was telling Carlos this the other day, but I was like, listen, you know how those comically evil anime villains or JRPG villains were like, this world is too tainted by the darkness. It can't be saved. I will destroy them and start anew in my own vision. A world without conflict. Peace for everyone. That kind of... I'm sure you've heard that fucking speech a billion times because it's in every goddamn plot ever. I was telling Carlos, like, you know, every day that slowly has... slowly that argument is slightly more convincing. Like, not genocide, obviously, which is usually what they advocate for, but I'm just like, the whole speech about this world is too tainted, too dark to be fixed. I'm like, well, you raised some interesting points. Let me get back to you. You're not completely wrong. I'm gonna leave you for a while. In the original, I like that it's literally just the character model of the octopus, but just like fully stretched out, and then the seal at the bottom like squirming. That's the entire way they did that. But in this one, they actually made an animation for him when he grips him. I think I might be remembering that wrong, but just in case. Yeah, you go straight up. Okay. Oh wait, I missed him. This is gonna be an annoying one. I can already tell. We still have another area I have to comb through, which I really don't want to.
My plan worked. That dumb octopus dropped the jail key while he was shaking me. Now I can free my friends.
Hooray!
Oh,
That's new.
I forgot to tell you. One of the Rhinox had this egg in his lunchbox.
What were you doing in the Rhinox lunchbox? Also, the Rhinox know they have to collect these for the sorceress, and they know they have to, like, save them. Or they need to collect them. Why are they eating them? Why is it in this lunchbox? Or is that the safest place it had? Because that makes sense. The lunchbox is the most secure place you can really have. Okay, we got 2 mini games, and then we're gonna call it quits, I think. Alright, we got this one. I think I did it first try last time.
Dragon egg for you.
We'll see if I get it this time. This is not a fun minigame. Not a fan. Would not subscribe again. So, oh, this is kind of cool. They redesigned the cave, so it's not just like a bunch of blue walls, which probably makes sense. I guess I didn't really notice that before. Fuck this minigame. So, the way it works is you have to hit every single Rhinoc, but you can't hit the mines, or it'll instantly end it. So it's really just memorization. And the controls in this are slightly weird. It was more like, it's more of like they give you too much freedom with the controls. So it's like, I'm used to just like small flicks in the original version. Fuck me. I'm used to just like small movements to like do it. So like just a flick here and Spyro redirect, flick here. But like, cause Spyro has so much freedom of movement, a small flick isn't enough. Fuck you. I know. I've had a lot of practice. I wasn't doing that on purpose, but I think it was warranted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh boy, 9. 1, 2, 3. Leave me alone, Sandy. Alright, here we go. I don't have good commentary for this because it's enough where I need to focus, but also it's the same thing and it's boring. But like, it will slowly build my rage, so I'm gonna leave it in there. I know you fucking sadists like that shit. Okay, phew. Got it.
Has surprisingly good fluid dynamic characteristics. From now on, all of our submarines will be egg-shaped.
That's already how submarines are shaped, you fucking loser. What are you making them, boxes? Fucking nerd. Alright. And up we go. This minigame can go one of two ways. I usually don't have trouble with it, but when I do have trouble with it, it's constant trouble. And I will take forever. Please be advised. Alright.
Pluto the Rhinoc has challenged us to an
Yeah. Well, leave me alone.
Okay.
I forgot I have limited missiles. Oh man, really? Alright. I also just wasted them. The ship design, or the hoverboat design looks pretty cool. Oh, good. See, the problem with not having opaque water is that you make this much harder than it needs to be for no reason. Oh boy, that was... It's the controls that are fucking with me. Because, you press one direction, doesn't really go all the way. So your health is limited by what sparks can provide. It's not a terrible idea to let him just run for boxes, because he just goes along the same path for a while. I mean, he obviously gets stronger moves, but then you can just defeat him quickly.
Wow, that's the first time Pluto has ever lost. You dragons must have a ton of talent. I hope this egg was worth all the trouble.
Someone yelled at me recently. Not recently, it was like maybe a year ago. And they were performing a certain skill. They had an athletic skill. I mean, if I don't say the name, I guess it's fine. They pole danced, which, they were trying to remove the stigma, which is, fair. So, like, you know, it's not always associated with stripping, or even if it is, who cares? Like, it's just really good fitness, and boy, after watching some of that stuff, I'm like, yeah, no, that takes a lot of fucking talent. One of the things they pointed out was, oh, my brain just broke. Oh my god, I forgot my point. No. Oh, right, no. So they, like, when I was originally talking to them, it was like, wow, you were really talented, and they got really mad at me, because they're like, it's not talent. Talent implies that, like, you know, it's just something that you're, like, born with, and you naturally had it, but, you know, I worked hard to get these skills. I'm like, oh my, alright, whoa, okay. So, like, I'm now afraid of the term talented, because they're not wrong. Like, it does imply, like, a, wow, you must be so lucky, when in reality they worked really hard to get where they were. So, that's a conscious thing I have to try to be aware of. And, that's the kind of thing where, like, that's why whenever people say stuff like, you know, stuff is too PC now, you can't say this, you can't say that, it's like, no, asshole. It's just, if someone doesn't want you to say something because it upsets them, just don't say it. Why do you have to have, like, your determination to be an asshole? Like, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. It's not like now that I can't say the word, or, like, even that, I can still say talented, because there are some people who are talented, like, they're just born with it. But I'm just, like, I'm just aware of it. Just expand your vocabulary. Say you're very skilled. Like, it's not rocket science. That's all. Oh, right, this area. I had forgotten about this part. But yeah, that just reminded me of that one. Just like, wow, dragons must be really talented. I'm like, no, dude, if you just worked at it, you could probably be good at it too.
Never would have crashed that submarine if Sal hadn't tried a handbrake U-turn during an inverted barrel roll.
Who are you and why are you up here? I've never seen anyone up here. I've heard that dialogue before, though, which is the weird part. Alright, where are you pointing me to? Back in the beginning? I always miss them at the beginning. Alright. Oh, I guess they're just here now. Okay. Well, I'm not as upset that I missed it there. That's kind of a hidden spot. But also, I feel like I would have found it pretty easily if I'd gone. I don't like that they keep pulling me into cutscenes. I know they did it in the original too, but I didn't like it in the original either. Like, if I'm skipping you, it's for a reason. I don't need your input. Leave me be. So I think I might do the boss fight now. I got 12 minutes before my my cap. Just seems like a better end to it. And then we'll do the Mushroom Speedway, we'll do Midday Gardens, and then we'll do, what's his name? We'll do Sergeant Bird's level, next part. And then depending on how long that is, we might go quickly finish the Tiki level in Sergeant Bird, with Sergeant Bird's section, and go from there. Water. Oh, it's super dry. I can't help but think it's weird that the bosses can somehow stop you. It made sense in Ripto's Rage because you were going through like caves and they would just like block you in the middle of the caves. It doesn't make sense when we're using aerial vehicles why we have to stop to fight a boss. Why can't we skip over them?
Why haven't you disposed of that infernal dragon?
I've tried to scare him off, Your Highness, but he's just not afraid of anything.
Not afraid? Not afraid? Why have I been training you all these years? Use some magic! Here's a spell book. Whip up a monster and eliminate him!
Kill him?
I don't care what you do, you useless brat, as long as you get rid of him!
Okay, let's see what we got here. This ought to do it.
You can't keep me caged up in here forever. You there, get me out of here. This is unacceptable.
You, come here.
Tom Kenny nailing Sergeant Bird is so good.
Oh my. What the devil?
Sergeant Bird was silent in this cutscene originally, but that's fine. It's also kind of weird to me, and someone can correct me if it's not, if this doesn't make as much sense. It's weird that they have Sergeant Bird caged right there, and they don't turn him into the monster. Alright, jabroni. I'm beating you for years. Oh, wow. Alright, sir. Don't appreciate that. Get in the lava. I feel like you're not flying back as far as you should be. Alright, there we go. Buzz's new design looks pretty good. He looks like what he should, I think. Oh, boy. I don't think you're supposed to outrun him, but I have been outrunning him my entire life. Like, I think you're supposed to, like, let him, or you're supposed to, like, zigzag around him. I've just never done that. Yeah. He can't turn as well, that's the secret. But usually, you have just enough speed to outrun him, which is what I've always done. Idiot. Does it correct myself? Yeah. Just go in a circle. Easy peasy. He looks like the first boss in Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Okay, that doesn't work. But it does work. But not really. Wow, that is pretty easy, actually. Alright, disagree, but... Camera, please. Trying to find a sheep. Sheep! Sheep, please! Thank you. Nailed it. Alright, well that seemed a little quick. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. What was that, an extra 5 minutes? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, well that's part 2. If you guys want to see more, then tune back in again next week. And or, if you want to see the entire series already, because chances are this isn't coming out until I finish the entire series, just throw $1 at me up on Patreon, become a YouTube member, link that shit with Discord, and then you can access the super secret Discord tab with all the videos early. If not, yeah, we'll see you next week. It's fine. I don't hold anything against you. And just, you know, if you cared. No, this is an old David Cross joke. Ooh, look at these. I don't remember there being portraits here. That's pretty cool. Oh, this music's so good. So, the polar bears had beady eyes in the original. But I think these kind of work. And then these things I think also kind of works. Because they had a weird design to begin with. I like that they turned them more goblin-y instead of just purple humans. Pandas are fine. I'm cool with that. And then the fireflies, I actually think they nailed the design. I think I've been too hard. I feel like Thanos. Perhaps I was too hard on you.
Okay, Dragon. You've managed to survive longer than I expected. But you haven't the slightest idea what sort of dangers lie ahead of you. I suggest you grab your cat friend and whatever eggs you found and hightail it back home while you still can. I'm telling you this for your own good, you know.
Bye, Bianca. Alright, quickly. I did have a reason I wanted to do this. I wanted to make sure I wasn't, like, on lower health at the start of the next one. Alright, that's good. We're done. Alright, thank you guys. So next part we'll go back and we'll do the midday, or we'll do the speedway, we'll do the Sparks level, we'll get Sergeant Bird. That'll be it. So thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next part.